Flight delays are piling up again in the United States. But this time it isn't the weather or airline chaos. It's politics. As the government shutdown enters its second week, the impact is starting to show beyond Washington. Air traffic controllers are still reporting for duty, but they haven't been paid in days. And that's starting to slow operations at some of America's busiest airports. The Federal Aviation Administration, the nation's aviation regulator, has now been forced to delay flights for a third straight day. It says the system remains safe, but under growing strain. But the clock is ticking. As politicians continue to argue in Washington, the deadlock is now rippling through the runways. Here's our report.
Picture this. You're at the airport. The board flashes delayed. But this time, it's not the weather that has caused the delay. Neither is it a technical glitch. Rather, it's politics. America's air travel network has hit turbulence. It's not in the air, but on the ground. The Federal Aviation Administration, America's aviation regulator, has been forced to delay flights for a third straight day. And it's all because the government is shut down. By midweek, nearly 3,000 flights were delayed. That followed more than 10,000 earlier in the week. And the reason lies inside America's control towers. Inside those towers are the people who keep the skies safe. They guide every takeoff and landing. Every minute depends on them. But most of them work for the federal government. And right now, that government is shut down. When a shutdown begins, funding stops for most departments. But air traffic controllers are essential workers. They must still report to duty, even without pay. There are around 13,000 controllers across the United States, and another 50,000 airport security officers. All are working, but none are being paid. That's where the strain begins. Imagine guiding hundreds of planes a day and worrying about your rent. Many controllers are stressed. Some have started calling in sick. Others are working extra shifts just to fill the gaps. In a few regions, staffing has reportedly dropped by nearly half. That's forced the FAA to slow flight schedules across airports. It's a safety measure, but it means longer waits and growing delays.
In regard to controllers, yeah, there's controllers that have called out sick, so we're tracking it, and I don't have a continual problem in one area, right? There's been, one facility one day, another facility another day. Some areas there's been a 50% reduction in some of the staffing.
At the Hollywood Burbank Airport in California, the tower went dark for hours. Pilots handled landings themselves on a shared frequency. In Nashville, the approach center shut down and handed airspace to Memphis. Major hubs like Chicago, Dallas, and Newark also face staff shortages. The FAA says safety is not at risk, but the system is under pressure. Even before the shutdown, America was short by about 3,500 controllers. Now, the gaps are widening. To keep rural routes alive, the Department of Transportation released $41 million from emergency funds. That will sustain regional flights until November. But it's a short-term fix, not a long-term plan. Airports and unions are stepping in to support unpaid staff. Some offer free meals and parking, others are working with local food banks. Many workers say they're showing up out of duty, even without pay. For now, America's skies remain safe. Data reportedly shows that many of the flights still remain on time, but the delays are steadily increasing. Besides, the holiday travel is on the horizon. The longer Washington stays shut, the slower the nation's airspace would become. The question is, how long can they stay that way?
Want the facts?
The latest developments?
News that gets straight to the point.
Well, we've got all three just for you. This is Firstpost Live, a brand new show, your window into what really matters.
Don't miss it.